Hello everyone, we are going in on Chapter 30, Final Boss, Underleveled, and I want to say this one was quite a pain. Up to this point, all the way through Stage 29, nothing was really incredibly difficult, even the elites weren't anything really to mess with. But when it came to this final boss, it pretty much drained me down almost to the last hit point inside the game. Now when I say underleveled, we're going in at 45,331 attack, and I wouldn't go much less than this if you're trying yourself unless you're incredibly good at the game, because like I said, this was a struggle and I really don't know any other good tips to get around this besides doing what I did. And for reference, my health was about 138,000, just a smidgen over it, and the abilities I was grabbing inside the game was I maxed out all the fire abilities, we got the 4-star crown, and then we grabbed things like crit up, we grabbed attack speed, we grabbed rage, and then luckily I got more is better too. There was even the shield, which really doesn't make too much of a difference for the final boss because we're going to be getting rid of that immediately. And I did grab a normal +3 cannon too. I didn't really have a lot of good choices, but those are kind of what I got inside the game. And I think I might have gotten the ice to 1-star, but it's not really going to do too much damage either for us. So as you saw on the screen, this is going to be the Slime King, and one of the problems that you run into is when you do go berserk, he does disappear up in the sky, meaning you're just sitting there berserked with nothing to hit. The first attack you'll probably see is these spinning blue orbs, and it's going to be completely impossible to dodge the first ones unless you want to back all the way off and not get any hits in. The second ring can be a little bit easier to dodge, but I still found myself getting hit a bunch by it, which I'm okay because we want to keep that berserk going. Occasionally you'll see a straight line shooting out with arrows, and this is where it's going to launch a skull out, and this skull will shoot out 6 projectiles with a slight counterclockwise curve. And to be honest, after the first one launched out, I was not even paying attention to the skull, I was more making sure that I wasn't in that direct path. The one that's probably the worst is going to be these kind of frost things that bounce around, and when they stop, it'll pop up the coffins that launch out those axes with the chains, you know, those pain in the butts. And then we can't forget about the one that after a jump and a land, we're going to get a whole bunch of blue fireballs that are going to shoot out in a clockwise rotation. And this one's not going to be really much of a circle, but more of a launch out spread towards you. And if you thought that was a lot of attacks, there's also the one that's similar to that, which is going to rake out and then come back at you. But as I said, this one was a pain, and if you saw my video from the other day of how I beat bosses when I'm underleveled, I kind of took the same approach of just trying to focus mainly on the boss, activating that berserk by taking hits on purpose, even though a lot of those weren't on purpose, and then just trying to focus on the boss as much as I can. This did drain down my revive, all 3 snakes, and I was surprised how much health I had actually on the last snake there. I probably had about another 6 or 7 hits before I would have been totally wiped out. But from here, we're just going to hang out and wait for the new chapters to come, but really curious to know what chapter you guys are stuck on. And if you want a way to kind of cheese some gems inside the game, check out this video right up over here. Thanks for watching, and remember, I pick my butt.